on a news-filled day with 3 banger headlines. We got a basketball game with maybe no headlines, and we're talking about I don't know what on Postcast. Jazz lose 135-119 to Portland tonight. Jazz didn't start well, then they got caught up, led by 2. Then the third quarter was really ugly. Then they rallied in the fourth, and then ended up Portland answered back to answer that. So this was a weird one. And what's weird about tonight, really, Ron, is like the biggest stories of the day are all off the court. So Ace Bailey named to the Rising Stars. Is Jaren Jackson Jr. out for? It's not clear. There are reports that it's the end of the season, but the Jazz have certainly not said that. And then the NBA fining the Jazz $500,000, and Ryan Smith on Twitter kind of openly begging to, respectfully disagreeing.
Tastefully.
And then telling Bobby Marks of ESPN that he probably should stay out of it, that he has amnesia. So the excitement level on this one was far more into the NBA night of the NBA drama. So we'll see. I don't really know. I mean, I'll comment on the fight. I'll do it more on Locked on Jazz tomorrow. First of all, it's just super weird to me you got fined for a game you won.
Yes.
That is so weird.
Like, you can't play the players that you want to play. You got to play regardless of how the game is going, or how you want to coach the game. We want your stars on the floor.
And then I'm going to talk about this more on Locked on Jazz tomorrow, probably a little more piss and vinegar. But, like, the other thing I would say is, like, so if you go back and look at it, I'll go back and look at it tomorrow. But, like, so I think Lauri probably played about 10 minutes in the third quarter, and Jaren played 10 minutes. So if you played Lauri 5 minutes in the third and 5 minutes in the fourth, would have been fine? It's just that he sat the fourth quarter, and so that was not okay. Like, do we have to, like, so what's the rules now? Like, you check with the NBA to make sure that it's all right how you substitute your players?
I think your point earlier about the All-Star game coming up.
Well, yeah. This was about a press conference.
Yeah.
That's my take. I will share it tomorrow on the show with a little more piss and vinegar. I think that Adam Silver could not go to a press conference in Los Angeles on Saturday or Friday, whenever he's going to do it, and have not done anything about the tanking that's going on in the league because it is so rampant. That's what the league rules build and have created, and it is rampant. There's no question. There's a clear division in this league between 20 teams trying to make play-ins and 10 teams trying to tank. Like, that is exactly what we have right now. And the league had to do something because Adam Silver couldn't go to a podium, and the Jazz got hit. So that's my take on it.
So in the meantime,
and by the way, I'll say this: somebody got in the ear of a bunch of people at ESPN and made them turn the Jazz into the topic because they benefited from it. And you can decide who you think that is.
Yes,
that's my other take.
Yeah.
All right.
And in the meantime,
yes,
with all this going on, teams trying to position themselves.
Yes,
they're thinking about expansion. So you're adding, if they add a couple of more teams.
Yep.
Now the talent pool gets.
So I don't think we have a talent pool problem. So I'm not really bothered by expansion. We have just at certain points in time, everybody, the league, the rules of the league incentivize you that if you are not going to be competing for a championship or in the route to a championship, you're better off being terrible. That's the problem. And it's been going on since 1982 when the Houston Rockets did it to get Akeem Olajuwon.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, 1982 was 40 years ago plus. Like, this is not new.
How many teams in 19?
Do you remember when we played Memphis and Marc Gasol scored 25 in the first half and then didn't play the second half? I mean, like, this has been going on. Yeah, I don't think it's a team. I don't think it's amount of team issue. I think it's the structure of the league. Like, they have to make a fundamental. If they want to get rid of this, they have to make a fundamental change in the way they give out draft picks.
But I don't know if I agree with that, because the more teams, the talent. I mean,
but no, the problem is
what kind of draft that we have.
But the problem
year?
isn't talent. The problem is that we have talent. We're sitting it.
No. I'm talking as far as the draft is concerned.
Right.
So you're saying that there was last year's draft was bad. The next year's draft is supposed to be really good.
Well, last year's draft was great. 2 years ago wasn't very good. Yeah.
Okay.
But but I don't think it's the amount of teams that's the issue. I mean, I think trying to acquire talent super hard in this league, and so the best way to do it is through the draft. It's what's so unique about the Jaren Jackson trade is the Jazz found a way to acquire talent in some other way. But I think, honestly, actually, by the way, here's actually what I'm going to flip it around. You haven't heard my theory on this one. So the league changed the rules 2 years ago that you now have to spend 90% of the salary cap on your salaries. Every single team in the league has to spend 90%.
That's another
when
point.
Oklahoma City tanked, the rule was like 75%. So they didn't even reach it. They didn't reach the salary floor. And the old rule was that if you didn't reach the salary floor, you took that money and you paid it to the players on your roster. So if you were saved by let's just say happenstance, you were $10 million under, every one of your players got a $750,000 raise and thought it was awesome. Now the rule is if you're under, you get fined and it goes into the pot. Your players don't get it. So every team has to get to the salary floor. So what's really actually happened here is to lose games to get better draft position, you have to be the Washington Wizards who just decide Anthony Davis and Trae Young aren't playing. You have to be the Milwaukee Bucks who are just milking the Giannis injury. You have to be Sacramento and sit Sabonis for an extra week and a half. You have to be the Utah Jazz and do what they did with Lauri, Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson. This is the way you do it now because everybody has talent because of the salary floor. And so it's more obvious than it ever used to be, whereas you used to just build a horse crap team and spend no money. And you can't do that anymore.
So players nowadays, agents, whatever, don't build incentives into contracts.
They
to
do.
The point where if you're sitting me and I can't reach.
Yeah, they're very rare.
Very rare.
They're very rare because if it's a likely to reach incentive, then it counts against the salary cap automatically, Automatically, if it's a likely to reach incentive, it counts against the salary cap to start. Or else you would give all your players incentive-based contracts to do what the Clippers have. Oh, wait, that's different. Integrity of the league, Clippers. Oh, I'm sorry. That was just a side note. But sorry. I'm sorry. Am I bitter? So no, you wouldn't do it because if you could just do incentives, if you played you hit these numbers, then you're circumventing the salary cap. So that's that. All right, Jaren Jackson Jr., knee surgery, out. May not see him again this year. I think he really wants to be involved in May. He really wanted to play with this team and wanted to play a home game before they took care of this. Disappointing, but probably better to take care of it now than later. What are your thoughts on what you saw to Jaren Jackson?
Well, I love what I see with him on the floor. I think he's going to make this team very, very competitive in the Western Conference. Now, this injury is, and I agree, something you need to take care of right now. And obviously the Jazz feel the same way that you and I feel that going forward, this is going to be the place for him to be. And otherwise, they could have nixed this trade.
By the way, I see there's an idiot in the chat room. I don't call people idiots very often, but I'm going to call you an idiot.
What's he have to say?
No player is faking a surgery.
No. This is serious.
Right.
I mean, this is like, wow.
Yeah,
no,
right.
You don't fake anything like that.
I don't call people idiots very often, almost never, unless you try to claim someone's faking a surgery. Yeah. Okay, then you've really crossed over. You've jumped the shark. So you jumped the shark. I'm not using you by name, but you're in the chat room. You're saying that. If anyone's saying that, they've jumped the shark. Okay.
Just going to go have surgery.
Right. Yeah.
No.
All right. And it is a surgery that I guess what I was told today is that if you and I went to the doctor and they told you that you had this condition, you would schedule the surgery before you left the building that day. Like it is one where it grows and it kind of grows like an octopus. And so that you need to take care of it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And it was found because of the fact that the Jazz did extra MRI and work. He was not having pain or problem with it, but it was discovered during that process.
Yeah.
All right. Ace Bailey gets to go to the Rising Stars game. What do you think this does for Ace?
I think, it does a lot for Ace. So that's for sure. I mean, I don't know if he has had any goals when he started the season off as though, I want to be rookie of the year. I want, all this kind of things. A lot of players do those things. Some of them make it known. Some of them keep it to themselves or something like that, and they work. But the way things was going, and as late as he came on the scene as being a player that probably could be there, I'm really happy for him.
Yeah,
really
I thought he should have been there originally. I thought there were 7 different guys you could have put him in over, and I don't want to single out one, but I also thought frankly,
those guys get off to a good start at the beginning of the year.
I mean,
Ace did not.
Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen are just playing on a crappy team, getting a lot of time. I didn't think that necessarily meant that they deserved it, but Ace is playing on a not very good team also. So, so I just thought he could have been on any number of different teams, frankly, guys out there. But it's nice to see him getting to go. I think it'll be good for him. He'll love the environment. He's so jovial. It lets him see the guys. I remember when Donovan went, it really gave him a little bit of a look into what the greatest and being around the best players in that spotlight, and motivated him and had an impact. So I think it'll be interesting to see if Ace comes back at all differently.
Yeah. He looked good tonight, but I don't know.
He just keeps throwing flashes, doesn't he? He just has these little moments in the pull-up jumpers, and it's all there. He's got a long way to go. The one thing that's disappointing on Ace tonight is 34 minutes and no free throws. He's going to have to learn how to play to contact and use his body and get to the free throw. And you cannot survive in this league as an offensive player without free throws.
Yeah, there's a number of things he needs to work on. That, and Will probably has a list, and what we see might be a little bit different, and except for fouling 3-point shooters, that type of thing. But he's just, you could just see it, can't you?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Any stars tonight, or are you going starless?
I think we should go starless tonight. I just didn't have any energy for this game.
Ron went to All-Star break a night early, everybody. I don't blame him. We're going to All-Star break now. Starless for All-Star break. The Jazz lose to the Portland Trailblazers 135-119. Postcast touched very little on the game because there were headlines before that stole the night. Have a great one. Enjoy, you guys. We'll talk to you Thursday. No, wait. We'll talk to you Friday. I'll talk to you tomorrow on Locked On Jazz.